Are being killed. I was like, what, the Superman being reinvented? Long time, that was so confusing.
But you stick with it, or did you keep going?
Yeah, mainly 95% DC.
Okay. How else? One more. Let's go right over here, sir.
When they raise the price to $1.50, it's an outrage.
Let me tell you something. I love my 30-plus guys. By the way, I'm with you guys. For me, it was when it went from 20 cents to 25 cents. I remember that, and it was this huge thing for me. And literally, I would take groups of 5 comics together.
Wait, it's coming up.
Wait, that was my good. We used to take 5 comics, and out of every 5 comics, I'd pick one and say, okay, I'm only buying these 4 for the same money. Buying these 4. And then, naturally, as it always works, within 6 months, I'm there buying all the back issues. All the ones that I didn't get, so I'm like, oh no, I gotta get them. I just snapped. I couldn't handle it anymore.
Then I started working at a bookstore and I got a discount, so I was like, oh, well, I can handle it now. And that just exploded.
Okay, question for you. Next question is, I'm going to turn it to Mr. Brady first because he's playing with his phone. First comic you read?
Oh, we can wait until Mark gets here because he could tell me the issue number, I'm sure.
No, okay, you know something? You gotta see something. We got Mark. This is exciting for me for Mark Wade to be joining us because every time we've done this panel, he's been here in absent. We've always said we wish Mark was here to answer this question. And I've had
Texted him from this panel. I'm like, Mark, what issue is this where Superman's fighting the giant plant? And like, of course, like 4 hours later, Mark texts me and he's like, it's this issue. It's blah 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 blah. And I was, where was he when I needed him?
Well, we've done this with we've had actually Marveletta and Tom Brevoort join us twice. Once accidentally, and then on purpose. He walked into the wrong room and I pulled him onto the stage. So he didn't know what was going on. There he is, Mr. Wade! And then we've had Kurt Busick, and he's been able to do it, but there's only one guy who can really carry the load.
Carrying the load since 1966. Great. How you guys doing?
Okay, now you can go, Matt.
Mark, how many years have you been reading comics?
42.
All right, he still got you.
You still got your beat.
Great. We're going to compare walker sizes later.
Mr. Brady, first comment.
It was either a Batman or detective, Many Deaths of Terry Tremaine.
That would be number 463 is a detective comic. Okay, yeah.
That was my first comic.
The best part about it is that we have no idea if he's telling the truth.
That was my first comic. It was, I still have it, coverless. I used to buy comics at the newsstand, and my newsstand would, I have no idea if it was legal or not, strip the covers.
No, not even remotely.
No. Take a stack of 5 comics with the covers off, roll them up in this tight little ball, tight log, rubber band them, and sell them for $1.
Wow.
So with that,
And you couldn't tell what was in it.
Clue. It was a complete grab bag of villain.
Many Deaths. I have like an old Hubert Tarzan, I think, that one, but there's Many Deaths of Terry Tremaine. And to this day, I still, because what year would that have been?
76, 77, somewhere along
It was
that
like, so I would have been 6, 7 years old. I still wonder, why did my mother let me read that? that was a pretty, it was Batman tracking down Terry Tremaine. There were 6 or 8 people named Terry Tremaine in Gotham City who were all being horribly murdered. And it was Many Deaths of Terry Tremaine, murdered in different ways. And I was like, now I think, now when I'm seeing what my son read.
Mark, your first comic.
Call me back for part time,
My
please.
first comic was the same first comic as
Call me back for the
about
part-time shifts.
700,000 other kids, because my
Yeah,
first
back.
comic was the first issue of Batman that came out after the TV show hit. So it was
The one with the feet up?
Yeah, the one with the exactly. The one, no, before that, it was the one where the Robin's being kicked into an open grave by a guy in a skeleton costume.
Oh.
So it was Batman 180, and my dad saw it on the newsstand because I loved the TV show, and he brought it home. He thought my kid might be interested in this, little knowing that the next 42 years of my life would be dedicated to this. So, and so that was it. I never got to that point where we all essentially get to where we just, I discovered cars and girls, don't get me wrong, but I never got to the point in college or high school where I stopped reading for a while.
That's what I was going to ask you.
No.
Because we just put that question out there, people who lapsed and brought them back in.
No.
But you never stopped.
I almost did, and this is why.
Whoa.
Okay.
How many people have ever seen this comic book before? so angry to this day.
Wow.
As you can tell, Superman Salutes the Bicentennials, you can tell 1976, obviously. So I'm 13 years old, and it's $1. A lot of money for me back when I'm 13 years old. That's like 3 regular comics. But I see this from afar. I see it's advertised on all the DC Comics that month. I must have this comic. I don't know what's in it, but it's Superman Salutes the Bicentennial. I love Superman. I save my money up. I run down to the drugstore. I buy it. Silencing, I bring it home. You know what's in this comic? Here's Superman introducing 64 pages of his favorite Tomahawk stories.
All right, give me Croquet.
Did this.
Huh? I got.
And at the end, it's Superman says goodbye, kids. He may as well have just said thanks for thanks for.
Give me shoulder bag, man. I can get it. Yeah.
Still, DC still owes me $1.
Thank you.
So. Justice is done.
Got inflation.
That was the closest I ever came. That was the closest I ever came to saying this comic, this hobby stinks.
First comic. Who's got a first comic story? Right over here, Green Lantern.
It was during the DC run as Master Universe. It was the crossover issue between He-Man and Superman.
Crossover of Superman and He-Man.
That was
DC Comics that's 47. Yeah.
There you go. Thank you.
47. What do they
What
teach
about
you?
Iron Fist?
What do they teach you in school?
Iron Fist. First comic you read.
It was like a Spider-Man whole, like,
It was Amazing Spider-Man like 360 something. Vaguely drew it. He tore that thing to pieces.
Cool.
Okay, wait, let me interrupt this 1 second. How many people, show of hands, still have the first comic they read? I do too. I got Amazing Spider-Man 40.
Wow.
Which, when you think about it, Spidey saves the day.
Yep.
And I always laugh because it's the one time he wins on the cover. Little did I know what the poor guy's going through.
35 years.
A connected question on that one. That was something that, actually, Mark, you said something that brought it up. That was advertised in all the DC Comics that month.
Yeah.
Who still has holy grails from reading comics as a kid of something you saw advertised that you still haven't been able to, or you had to get your hands on, and it was years later? For me, it was Showcase 100. That I saw the ad as a kid and I missed it on the newsstand. I had no idea where to find it. And it was years and years later, probably just like 5 years ago or so, I finally got Showcase 100 and thought, like, I have it. Ooh, wow.
Yeah, careful what you wish for. My careful what you wish for was the canceled comic cavalcades. Which was,
Again, be careful what you ask for.
yeah.
You got your cap.
I finally bought it today.
Nice. How much?
There you go.
How much they charge you for that thing?
I got it for 10.
That's great.
That's pretty good. Okay, back to first comics. First comics, over here.
The Marvel Comics adaptation of
Dark Crystal.
Ooh.
Wow. That's what brought him into comics.
This never fails to amaze me at these panels. I hear that and I think, and you stay? That's amazing.
Tablet or lighting lad and live wire get married. Lighting lad decided to get married.
Ooh.
Well-loved and Legion fan.
Tabloid size.
Oh, the tabloid, yes. That doggone tabloid, that
Yes.
C56 or whatever it is. Yeah. I know exactly what it is. I'm bluffing
What does
like
the
I
C
don't
stand
know.
for, by the way?
Collector's edition. Nobody knows.
Excellent. Any more? Who else got first comics? Right here.
It was part of the Roger Stern, John Byrne, Run Captain America. We fought
Baron Blood?
Mr. Hyde.
Oh, that guy was
Mr. Hyde in backdrop.
Yeah, 248, 249, yeah. Man, I didn't know this was going to be the panel where I get to bite the heads off chickens for an hour. I know, but I
This one right here.
It's a compulsive
Okay,
thing.
this is his first comic he ever
I
got.
love that comic. With these little tiny, not even 3x5, like 2x4, little tiny giveaway comics. There's 8 of them in the series. You know
Candy.
this, right? So now you have 7 to go.
Sweet tart,
Well,
yucky.
I had to get it on eBay
Yeah.
because the original's long gone.
Right.
And the seller I had it still came with the candy.
That's awesome.
wow.
And how did it taste?
I get drunk, but I didn't get that drunk.
Right over here.
First comic we ever got was Death of Superman trade.
Cool. Okay. There you go.